Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, BC, Bay City, Michigan, also the North Central Chaplain for Broken Chains, JC. Good morning, Rhonda. Good morning, Random. Good morning to the rest of you that are watching live today and those that catch me a little bit later. Today is September 13th, 2024. We are looking at Proverbs chapter 13. And we're going to look at verse 22 today. A good man leaves an inheritance for his grandchildren, but the sinner's wealth is stored up for the righteous. It's a verse that on occasion stirs in me some angst because, well, quite honestly, I don't know how I leave anything financially for my children or my grandchildren. Just because the way life is going, things are tight. And I look at the fact that I don't know that I've got a whole lot to leave other than stuff. And I know what I'm dealing with the stuff of my dad. And that bothers me. But as I was looking at that this morning, the Lord reminded me of something, and it was really important for me, and maybe more important for you. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children and his children's children. And as I was looking at that, I was looking at the idea that they leave an inheritance, and it is more than just finances. It's more than a bank account. It is a legacy. It is a purpose. It is a direction. And I think about it in both my grandfathers, from my mom's side and my dad's side, both left me an inheritance, and it was not financial. Matter of fact, I didn't get anything even really remotely physical. I got Grandpa's Bible from my mom's side. I cherish it. I got one of his notebooks that he wrote sermons in. I cherish it. But what I got more from both men was an inheritance, a legacy. Grandpa Nelson on my dad's side gave me a legacy of hard work and a legacy of doing things right, a legacy of respecting people, and a legacy of hunting and fishing, and I love all of those things. And I cherish that legacy. But Grandpa on Dad's side, he really didn't have a faith in Jesus Christ, or at least he never talked about it. Grandpa on Mom's side, though, he handed down a legacy of God and service. And I have those things. And the reality is, today, I can pass that legacy on to my daughter, to my grandchildren. Solomon says, a good man leaves an inheritance to his children and his children's children. But a sinner's wealth is stored up for the righteous. I gained something from my grandpa, from my dad's side. I gained a lot from him, and I cherish it. But he didn't get, as far as I know, an eternity with my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. My desire is that everyone understand that truth, but especially my children and my grandchildren. But the reality is, I'm here with you today. And Paul talked about spiritual children. And if I can share just one thing with you today that would change your life, I want you to hear that. You know, someone said I was a racist redneck this morning, and I appreciate that I look like that. I do. I appreciate that that's what I look like. But the reality is, I love everyone the way Christ loved me. I am a broken man who is an absolute mess. But Christ loved me anyway. And so I need to do the same. My challenge for you is to go look at what that truth really looks like. You have a legacy to leave, but you have to choose to take it. Don, yes, you're correct. Solomon was gifted with great knowledge and wisdom. And yet, you're right, he did disobey God. But God didn't take that wisdom away from him, and he shared it with you and I. And the reality is, we need that truth today. Your legacy is in where you put your focus. If you put your focus on Jesus Christ, make him Lord of your life. Make serving him the most important thing. I mean, the New Testament talks about two types of people that were with Jesus. The crowds and the disciples. The crowds wanted to see great things and get fed. They were there for the show. The disciples left everything to make sure everybody knew the amazing good news. Which one are you going to be? What legacy are you going to leave? It's a challenge for you today. I love y'all. I hope you have a great day. God bless.